Hi everyone, welcome to the Hindu newspaper analysis in under 10 minutes by JTS Institute. A quick announcement before we begin. JTS Institute has released its 2023 Prelims edition of the rank file. It is the highly sought after material that every UPSC aspirant reads before he or she goes to write the prelims exam. Rank file is the only compilation of all the topics that are must study for UPSC Prelims 2023, and it is based on the most expected questions predicted in the mock test by top 21 institutes. Today is the 8th of May. The article of importance today is India's first national water body census. What is the importance of a water body census? How has the census thrown light on rainfall patterns? What are some of the shortcomings with respect to data collected? And does the data give insight into natural ecosystems and how water bodies sustain them? So, you know that India is facing a water crisis with groundwater decline, biodiversity loss and climate change, which leads to increase in frequency of floods and droughts. In this context, water bodies are extremely important for the nation. The first water body census objective was to develop a national database with information on the size, purpose, ownership, status and conditions of the water bodies. It covered all natural and human-made units bounded on all sites for storing water, irrespective of condition or use. And this first edition itself provides high-level indications on the ways forward by detailing ownership, state of use and the cost of construction and repair. And this article is based on the census that has been conducted by the Ministry of Jal Shakti. And this report is actually showing the true nature of the importance of water bodies. They buffer against climate variability, holding floodwaters for use in dry periods. They contribute to food and water security as well as livelihoods by recharging groundwater and providing water for irrigation and livestock. They also have a cultural and ecological significance. However, the same water bodies are increasingly under threat from pollution, encroachment, urbanization and drying. If they are to be conserved and managed effectively, we need to have proper action plans which require a baseline data, and that is what this report is going to provide us. As water bodies are managed by different agencies from state to local to private entities, the data must be uniform and easily accessible. To actually manage water bodies, we need contextual and traditional knowledge of communities which are to be integrated with formal data. While data on reservoirs and rivers have been available on the India Water Resources Information System for the past few years, there has been no data on smaller water bodies that are the lifeline to rural India and critical cultural, food control and recreational spaces in cities. And for this, a massive effort was needed in order to provide a water body census, as it was very much needed for the nation. So what is something that the data has shown? The observations that we can derive from the data are: most water bodies in the country are very small. The vast majority of India's water bodies are less than 1 hectare large. This means locating and keeping track of them is likely to remain a very big challenge. Second, the water bodies show regional patterns that correlate with rainfall. In general, in drier states like Gujarat, Maharashtra and Rajasthan, water bodies tend to be larger and publicly held, whereas in the wetter parts of the country like Kerala, West Bengal and states in the northeast, more than 3/4 of the water bodies are privately owned. In fact, in drier states, the water bodies are primarily used for irrigation and groundwater recharge, while in wetter states, domestic use and pisciculture dominate. Mid-sized water bodies are largely panchayat owned. Third is, most water bodies have never been repaired or rejuvenated. Several water bodies were classified not in use, meaning despite the recent interest in rejuvenating water bodies, most of them have never been repaired or revived. Now, it should be noted that this particular census has certain shortcomings as well. For example, this census groups water bodies into 5 types: ponds, tanks, lakes, reservoirs and water conservation schemes. The glossary defines a pond as a small water body than a tank, while water conservation structures might include check dams and per location tanks. Similarly, the data was not standardized across states. Some states like Gujarat do not show any water body not being in use, whereas Karnataka reports almost 80% of its water bodies as being in a state of disuse. This suggests differences in interpretation by the enumerators. Notwithstanding these shortcomings, it is crucial that the government continue such nationwide census of a vital resource with modifications. And that is it for today. If you have found this video useful, please do like and give us a comment. Also, do subscribe to this channel. Thank you.